I had to see for myself, are cars really becoming unaffordable in America? It used to be the thing that cars at Toyota dealerships were the place to go. Toyotas, Hondas, maybe some Hyundais, you know, maybe a Mitsubishi if people still buy Mitsubishis. But it appears that that's not the thing anymore. It appears that Toyota is marking up cars just like every other dealership, and it's making them not affordable for everyday Americans.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video.
We're gonna take a look at some of these new truck prices and some of the 4Runner prices to kind of compare. And then by the end of this video, we're going to look at the best deals that manufacturers are offering right now if you buy them directly from them, or who is the best bank or credit union to do the financing at one of the worst times to ever possibly buy a car. Tundras are the things that they can't move, and I don't understand why, because it's one of America's most favorite trucks. So let's take a look at the pricing on here. So as you can see, the MSRP is going to be $48K. Now we look over here, they start to add all of these features like they're not on the truck. Like if you were to build this truck online, then you would add all of those fees to a base price, but that's not the case here. They're charging us extra $73 for a cable charge packet. Package. Like really, that's literally it. So it takes this truck all the way up to $53K, but then you come right over here and there's a total of $54K. So that is a $5K difference. That's a huge deal for anybody, any American. Now let's take a look at one of these 4Runners, because that's also one of America's popular cars. So let's take a look at it right here. So you're looking at an MSRP of $40,000. Oh, here we go. Here we go with the nickel and diamond again. Another $73, $229 for LED interior light upgrade. That's what the car comes with standard. So it takes $40,000, pushes it all the way to $42,000, and then we come right over here to the dealership price that is at $44K. So you tell me, are you willing to pay this much for a 4Runner in 2023? And a lot of people are going to argue with me in the comments saying that 4Runners will hold their value. But is it really worth to pay that much for a 4Runner in 2023 when you know the real true price if we weren't in this crazy situation right now? Because you're not including the interest fees that you're looking at 6 to possibly 10% interest.
Now back at the office, I found it really interesting how nobody really bothered me while I was on the lot. But here's the big catch number 22 with this entire situation, which I found really weird. As soon as I pulled up to the dealership, there was a fence that did not let me into the actual parking lot where all the cars were at. So I had to walk into the actual building, and then I was immediately greeted by someone who was super friendly, asked me if I needed any help, if I was looking for something in particular. I said, no, I don't need any salesperson right now. Just want to go take a look at some cars. She said, just go through that door right there. And as I walked by, it was like all of these salespeople just standing there staring at me like, I guess he doesn't need anything, or does he need anything? And I went out there and I looked at all these cars, and it was really weird that nobody came out there and harassed me or bothered me. So that was really nice. But now I want to see how the actual Honda dealership acts. So let's go over to the Honda dealership.
So now we're at the Honda dealership. Listen, I used to be a big Honda guy, but these prices are a little much, but not as bad as a Toyota place. Check it out. This color is one of my favorite colors in the Honda lineup. It's always been, because again, I was a Honda guy for a really long time. So this is a Honda Accord Hybrid Sport with an MSRP of $33,445, so $34,000. Let's go over here to the dealership price, $35.6, charging us $699 for some mats, $499 for window tint, and $995 for Nano Cure.
Last part is the most important.
So let's talk about this, the Nano Cure. Like, listen, someone came up to me, super nice, super kind young lady.
she started to talk to me about the car, asked me if I had any questions. And I asked her, what's the deal with the Nano cure? She laughed at me and she said it was ceramic coating. And it's like, all right, $1,000 for ceramic coating? Like, seriously? She said, well, it is a process and they have to heat it up. It has to dry. This is a really long process. It takes about 4 hours to do it. And I said, oh, okay. Never have I ever heard of any other dealership putting Nano Cure on a car. I have heard of ceramic coatings and different things like that, but it's not common for a dealership to do it because it takes a specialist that knows how to do this properly to actually do it. It's usually like a paint correction specialist, someone that does paint and body. This dealership does not do paint and body. So that's the ironic part about that. So they didn't know that I really understood this, and it's cool. But at the end of it, she kind of mentioned to me, says, we know we are a for-profit business. Isn't every business that? So it just kind of shocked me when she said that, because I don't think she knew what to say to me. She didn't expect me to have these questions, and I just laughed at her. She laughed at it, and I just found it very interesting that how they tried to cover up, the cost, knowing that this stuff is not really realistic. So just be aware when you see stuff like this, that price should be negotiable. And I think they're trying to do that just to inflate the price so you can negotiate it down to the actual MSRP.
Quick little backstory. I used to own a 2007 Honda Civic sedan. Yeah, the 4-door. I paid $17,000 for that car. Let's see what it looks like 16 years later. So this is a 2024 Civic 1.5 liter 4-door touring. Okay, it's coming in at MSRP $31,000, and then with the wonderful little package over here, it's $34,000. Listen, I'm not trying to hate on Hondas, but who in their right mind wants to pay $34,000 for a Honda Civic? Is it just me, or does that seem absurd?
And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. These places were like ghost towns. It's like nobody is buying cars because the interest rates are way too high. Now, we shot this in North Carolina. So if you're looking for me to shoot some other dealerships, tell me, drop BMW, Audis, Lexus. People love to talk about Lexus, Jeep dealerships, Dodge, GMC, all these other dealerships we haven't touched. If you want me to do those, also drop it in the comments section, because I want to see exactly how these dealerships are going to act, and I want to see what their price points look at. Because if we have these outrageous, serious interest rates out there right now, why do they think this is a good time to actually raise the prices on these cars and tack on all this nonsense? Before we even look at the actual manufacturer car deals out there and the actual banks and credit unions that you may want to get the best deals from, we need to talk about your credit score. What is the best credit score to get you the best lease or financing option? You need to be entry level a 725. You're going to hear people say, oh, 680 will get you approved. Right now, if you walk in with the 680 and try to buy a car, you're looking at well above 10% interest rate right out the gate. You're probably looking at top tier 18 to 24%. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You're below a 680, man, you're looking at a really bad day. So you have to look at these options and understand where your score needs to be at. Lenders are going to be looking at your FICO Auto Score 8. You want it to be above a 725. 740 and above is pretty sweet. 765 and above is elite and excellent, and you're going to qualify for any manufacturer's deals or any special leasing deals that are out there. Your free FICO 8 score that you get from Experian or any bank or any credit card company, that's not what lenders are going to see when you're trying to get a car loan or car leasing. They're looking at your FICO Auto Score 8. That is what we call an industry-specific credit score. No, that's not your Credit Karma score, so don't look at your Credit Karma score and go apply for a car loan thinking that that's the actual true score. That is a Vantage 3.0. If you want to find your industry-specific credit scores, there's going to be a link in my description and in the comments for My Score IQ. You can get a 7-day trial for $1 to see exactly what you stand at with your industry-specific scores for an auto loan. All right, so let's go over the best car deals of the month. Make sure that you go into a Google search in incognito mode and in a specific different browser that you're not used to using. Google's fine, but you can use other browsers also to get the best car deals. Now coming in at the top, now this isn't in any specific order, the 2023 Chevrolet Trailblazer, 2.1% financing for 36 months. You're always going to get a better deal, but that car payment's not going to be so pretty because it's only 36 months. 2023 Dodge Challenger, cashback deal of $2,000 cash back on SXT, GT, and RT models. Then the 2023 Ford Explorer, 0.9% financing for 36 months. Then the 2024 Genesis GV80, $1,000 cash back on a 2.5 liter turbo all-wheel drive. There's a total of 12 cars here. So this next 4 is going to be 2023 Honda Civic. You're going to be coming in at 3.9% financing for 48 months. That's a pretty decent deal right there. 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz. So the Hyundai Santa Cruz, 2.99% financing for 48 months plus $1,000 cash back. That's a pretty solid deal. 2023 Hyundai Tucson. Tucson? Is that how you pronounce it? Not sure. Okay, 2.99% financing for 60 months with 1,500% cash back. Hyundai's trying to sell some cars here. 2023 Kia EV6 coming at 0.9% financing for 48 months with $5,000 cash back deal. All right, so the last 4 cars, you're looking at a 2023 Nissan Altima coming in at 0% financing for 36 months. 2023 Nissan Rogue, 0% financing also for 36 months. And the Nissan Titan coming in at 0% financing for 60 months. Apparently, they're not selling a lot of Nissan Titans. And then the 2023 Ram 1500, 2.9% financing for 72 months on Bighorn and Laramie models and $4,000 cash back. That's a huge deal. If you're not going to be using the manufacturer to actually do your financing, then who is the number one bank and the number one credit union? They need to be rounded up. And what do I mean by that? They need to be able to do new cars, used cars, and refinancing. We want all of it under the same umbrella and have a good car buying experience. The number one unsung hero in the banking industry for auto loans is going to be Capital One. That's right. I've had a lot of my clients that had Capital One credit cards use them to refinance their loans once they got their credit score to a better position. And I'm going to tell you what, they had great refinancing situations for them. A lot of these loans went all the way from 20+% interest rates. How do people sign for this? I don't know, but I've had clients in that position all the way down to below 9% APR. So they're saving thousands of dollars with the help of Capital One. Now, Capital One starts off with loan amounts of $4,000. Their annual percentage rate is going to be based on your credit profile, which everyone should know that, but I'm just going to say that out there. They do new vehicles, used vehicles, and refinancing, 36 to 72 months. There's no early payoff penalty. That's a huge deal right there. Everyone needs to understand that. Now, they're going to be open to borrowers that have bad credit. That's very important to understand. And guess what? There is a pre-qualified tool. So you can see if you're pre-qualified with no impact to your credit score. Now, once they say, yes, you're pre-qualified, if you move forward, then there will be a hard inquiry. But just to pre-qualify, there's no impact to your credit score with Capital One Auto Financing. The number one credit union to use for any of your auto lending needs is going to be Pentagon Federal Credit Union. Guess what? Anyone can join them. That's my favorite part about this actual credit union. Now, they're going to be starting at 5.19% APR for any auto lending. Now, you could do new cars, used cars, and also refinancing. Also understand that they have a great auto buying program and incentives. So depending on what type of actual manufacturer you use, they may have better deals than the ones I previously announced on there. They're going to be different and they change from time to time. So just remember that. Now, there is no early payoff penalty. They do 36 to 84 months. They also will finance up to 150% of loan to value. Now, the great part about this is the loan started at $500, which is wild to me. I was like, $500? Why would they start? But anyways, they do, just so you know. And the best part about this is, just like Capital One, there is a pre-qualify tool there's no impact to your credit score to see if you qualify. If you move forward and you're ready because you are pre-qualified, there will be a hard inquiry. But just to see if you're pre-qualified, there is no impact to your credit score to do any auto searching with Pentagon Federal Credit Union. Tell me in the comments section, do you really think that cars are becoming unaffordable for everyday Americans out there? I think this thing is just getting out of control with dealerships. We only covered Honda and Toyota. Let's see what these other crazy dealerships are up to also, so you can get a better idea of what you're up against out there. We covered a lot in this video. We covered the dealerships, pricing, the best bank and credit union, all in the same video, and where to find your credit score, because you need to know your true credit score when you go do any lending. Now, if there's anything else specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comments section, because it's all about you, our community. We cannot do it without you. I cannot thank you enough. Drop some emojis in there so we can get that video going. So thank you again for watching, and make sure that you watch the next 2 videos because those are recommended by YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.